I'm on Belmont this week. With it being a bank holiday weekend, everywhere's going to be rammed, so I've been keeping my eye on this place, and it's there's not been a lot of fish in it. So I think there's 3 of us on there, but I think there's another lad due on as well. But it's not been fishing well. But with it being a little bit quieter, I thought I'd give it a go. I've been fishing for about 2 hours now, not had anything yet. The swim I'm on, I don't know what numbers here, but I'm presuming this is peg 1, and it goes round that way. It's like you're fishing at the mouth of like a little channel what was down years ago when it was it runs water. It was always, there's one just going across the surface there now. It was always a rope across here, and it was all snaggy in there, and it was no fishing. But they had a bit of a fish kill about 3 years ago, that now, is it 4 years ago? And they all the fish what was left, they retired most of them and or moved them on and restocked it. So they're all stock is what's in. There's some, I think it's 26, something like that, is the biggest what's so far according to the bailiff. But it's not an easy water. I think there was about, when it was a runs water, there was about 200 fish in, I think. But there's about 40 in there. So it's only small water. It's only an acre of that. So it's still not a bad stock in that, but it is hard fishing there. I've fished it once since they redone it. And I caught on that day, but I think that was it last May, that? Not this May gone, the May before. But I have noticed, though, there was never any weed in here now, but it's absolutely chopped with weed. Nearly 2 hours for the first rod was alright. That was going over to the merge, and that was a donk straight away, and then you pull into weed. So that was on a clear spot. But then the other rod, trying it in the open water, it was just silk, just like it is silkweed, but it's, according to the bailiff, it's only just come up like, but it's a lot of it's rotting and stinking like, so it's been there a long time. But I have managed to find the spot. It's not dead clear like, but you can present on it. But the other one that I found over there, which was, I was getting dunks on that one like, so that was definitely clear there, but the ducks have found that. So that's I'm not going to put any more bait over that now until dark, let the ducks go on then. But in the channel, since they've opened this channel up now, when you're fishing this swim, you can go stalking down there with one rod, and obviously you've got to bring your other rod in. It's only 30 yard away, something like that. But when I first got it, I had a quick look down there, and you could just, it is murky the water, but you could just about make out the clear spots, like the sand or clay, wherever it is down there. So I put some bait in, just a few handfuls here and there, and then came over and then spent 2 hours trying to find a spot here. And I went back having a look, and you can't see the spots anymore. It's just proper mucked up, like something's definitely been feeding down there. So I've just been down again, put a bit more bait in, sat on the grass watching, and I've seen there's a ghostie. You can see the ghostie. Can't see the size of it, but according to the bailiff it's low 20s, but you can just see it mulling about. And then every now and then a big sheet of bubbles will come up like, so there's fish feeding down there now. So I just wearing my rods in there now. I've just got one ready there, and I'm just going to go down there and just give it an hour down there, see if I can nick one out. I've been feeding a spot right in the edge like, so it's just a matter of just lowering the rig in so I don't spook them out of there. But I imagine if you want, it's going to be a one fish thing. I think they're all just going to fire off straight away, but I don't know how many is in there. It's like, say, you can't see the bottom, you can probably see a foot through the water, and then that's it. There's at least 3 or 4 fish down there. which is, if there's 40 fish in here, it's 10% of the stock in it. So I'm going to have a quick go at that now, and I'll probably put it on the tripod and let you have a watch. I did about an hour in that stalking spot. One did start feeding on the spot. Could see the plumes coming up. But then all of a sudden a big massive swirl, and it spooked off something. Something had happened. Whether it's picked me up and done me, I don't know. Or touched the line. But after that it just went dead. It just went dead down there. So whatever happened scared them all off. And then when I brought it in, there was a twig on it. So whether it's been sat on that twig with hooped up or something, and I don't know. But I put a bit of bait back in there ready for tomorrow. I'm going to get my rods sorted now back on the spots. Put a bit of bait on there while the ducks have. There's a lot of geese landed on the lake now, but the ducks. I've not seen the ducks for a while, so I'll put a bit of bait on there ready. Hopefully that spot will do something tonight. If nothing happens, so I'll see you in the morning. So that ghosty where I was trying to stalk has just turned up on that merging spot what the ducks found. I rebaited. £24 on the dot. Belting. get her back. Mirror, £18 on the nose. Weeded me up. That'll do. Number 2. I would have left the weed in the net, that would have gone 26. Morning. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's pissing down. So I had them 2 fish last night. I think that was a bit, I can't remember now, about 12 o'clock or something. I had that ghosty, and then 2 o'clock I had the other one. It was just as I was playing the second one, it started raining. Weren't that heavy, but it was raining. I did get it a bit wet. But by the time I was trying to get the rod back in, it was absolutely hammering down. I had put my waterproof on by that time, but trying to get the rod back out. I was thinking about just putting it up on the bivvy and leaving it. It was that bad. But the spot was, I've had them both off the same spot on that firm edge, and the one what the ducks cleaned out yesterday. So I thought I've got to get it back on that. I'll give it a few more hours to hopefully catch another one, because during the daytime the ducks will find it again. But at the moment the ducks are in the field because it's raining there. All the worms must be up, so they're all just walking, mulling about in the field picking worms up. But as soon as a dog walk comes past, they'll all be back in the water, and that spot will be buggered for tonight. So I'm just going to have another brew. Put some more bait. I've not been over and have a look yet. I did bait it up that stalking spot last night, but it's been raining that hard this morning. I've not been at the bivvy yet. But I'll go back over there, put a bit more bait in, and then as soon as that spot gets found by the ducks again, I'll start stalking over there. My right hand rod is done, I've not even had a beep on it, so I don't know if it's fishing right. I've got like a long inch stiff on that, so it should be sat on top of the weed. There is slight siltweed there where I've got it, but I think I'm going to have another cast about, see if we can find one a little bit more clearer for the open water. So that's about it. At least it's not a blank, this one. Coming down again. I'm going to have a quick breather, get the waterproofs on, make a plan for the day. I've just been over to that stalking spot for a quick look, and it's cleared up again. You can see the clear spots again, and you can just make out where they are. You can see them glowing under the water. But the one where I was feeding yesterday is the same size as what it was, the one where they had the magic twig on. It's the same size as what it was, but just about 6-7 foot to the left. One of them spots is nearly doubled in size. So I've started feeding that one now. I'm going to feed that one and just keep an eye on it. But you can tell when they're back in there because them spots disappear, it just all murks up. So there's definitely been no fish in there last night, because I did put quite a bit of bait in there last night. So I think it must be a day thing that they must come out of there at night. With being all that weed at that far end, it was oxygen must be crap in there. So I'll keep an eye on that. The ducks have come back onto the lake now, but they've not gone anywhere near my spot yet. So I'm just going to leave that until we found it. Have a bit of breakfast, and then see what happens. See you later. I've just wound the rods in and come for a walk round on the far side, trying to look for some clear spots. I'm in this little back channel now on the far side, and that ghost story I had last night, easier. But there's two others as well what's swimming around, and when they get pretty close to each other, they look similar size, so like low to mid-20s, two of them. And then there's a small mirror, looks about 13-14, which has just been feeding right under my feet here underneath this oak tree. There's a clear spot against this weed bed on the first side where I can see glowing there. So I'm going to go and line myself up with that. I'll probably stick one on that, put with a bit of bait. There's definitely fish moved into here now. That ghost is there again, sulking. Mirror. I've been trying to video them, but they're not showing up. It's shite. And there's a big dip plume coming up there now, just this side of that clear spot where I've seen. So there's quite a few here now, quite a few. There's two of them, like I said, definitely 20s. Yep, so I'm just going to line that clear spot up with a fair marker off that swim where I've been fishing, and I'll see what happens. See you later. I've just took that stiff hinge rig but I had out last night. I've not changed the bait on it or anything. I just walked over and I thought I'll chuck that in. I was going to put it on the tripod just in case something happens, but the heavens have opened. It's absolutely hammering down. I'm still under a little holly bush here, like, so it's not going to take long for it to start dripping through and I get started getting wet. So give it another 5 minutes and then I'll retreat back to the river. Absolutely bouncing down. was looking at the booking page. It's supposed to be full today, but there's nobody's turned up yet. I'm here on my own. The lad who was here last night, he's left this morning. The other lad who was on the far bank, he left last night, so I don't know if he was just picked on for the day or I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm here on my own there, so I expect everybody to start rolling up. You can come on from 10 o'clock, but no, it's about 11:30 now, and nobody's turned up yet, so hopefully I might have it to myself. I think the rain might have put everybody off, and they better turn off if one's getting wet. See you in a bit. The bailiff just been down. While I was having a chat, the ducks moved in on me swim again, and I caught a little baby duck. So since then they've never been back. So hopefully they'll scare them off now. They won't leave. They'll leave that spot alone. It's going absolutely black over there again. It's going to start hammering down again. So I thought I'd do a quick catch up before it comes. In fact, it's starting there. I've been feeding that spot the Stalking swim. I've been feeding that, but I've not seen anything in there since early on. So I'll keep my eye on that, and hopefully I'll nick one or two there before dark, because I've got to be off first thing in the morning, so I won't have time tomorrow. So I'll let this storm go past. It's been a bit of thunder in it as well, so I think it's going to proper come down this time. And then I'll have a couple of hours in there and then set back up again for the night and see what happens. Laters. Can't be the ghosty again. Don't know if it's the same ghosty, but looks it. I'm going to name this Casper, the friendly ghost. £24 and a repeat capture. I've had a few repeat captures in my time, but never within 12 hours. See you in a bit. I said 12 hours, but it was actually 14 hours now I worked it out, the repeat capture. What the scary thing is, while the rod was out, rather than put it back. I had that in the open water, but rather than put it back out there, I'll come round here stalking. The rod's been out 5 minutes now. Who's swimming around in the swim? Casper. Unbelievable where that goes again there. The PVA nugget has just popped off, so we're fishing. See what happens. Morning. Raining again. No fish last night. Just got woke up this morning to a screaming run off a duck again. Landed that, unhooked it. Got the rod back out in the rain. Just put the kettle on, started making a brew. Off it went again, another duck. So that's. I've not put it back on that spot now. There's a little tiny hole on the left hand margin. I can just lower it in. I've just put it in there with some bait on. But sod's law, the ducks have not been back to that spot now. Now I've moved off it. Looks like a wet pack down. I'm just going to have a bit of breakfast now. I've got to be off by 10. It's about 8 o'clock now, so I'll have a bit of breakfast now and then a slow pack down. So I'm going to wrap it up there now unless something else pops up. Thanks for watching. Laters.